Jack Capital, what's good? What is good, Shred Lords? How the heck we doing? My guy, Edwin, what's good, dude? Shred Lords. Shred Lords. We got some stocks to pitch today. How the heck we doing, y'all? Welcome to the Cafecito. Jack Capital, we just getting in the mix, y'all. What the heck going on, Shred Lords?
Te quiero decir, te elijo a ti. Si me dan a elegir, te elijo a ti. Para poder vivir, te elijo a ti. Es lo que me hace sentir, te elijo a ti. Lo que siento es tan fuerte, imposible no elegirte. Ahora que estás aquí.
What they talking about, Jack?
Lo que siento es tan fuerte, imposible no elegirte. Ahora que estás aquí, para poder existir, te elijo a ti, te lo voy a repetir, te elijo a ti, siempre voy a
Jack
existir,
Capital, what up, y'all?
te elijo a ti, ya no quiero sufrir, te elijo a ti. Lo que siento es tan
How we doing?
fuerte, imposible
Check.
no elegirte.
Y'all see what I put together? Look at this.
Estás aquí.
This looks nice, right? We got so much to discuss. So much to discuss. It's February 2026 in the Chat Capital Management world. I'm sipping me some water in the only cup I could do it in for this kind of day. We sipping on hustle juice today, y'all. We sipping on hustle juice today, chat. What the heck is up, Shred Lords? I missed y'all, man. What is the latest? Where's my Cataluna? Cataluna. Let's tone it down. I gotta holler at the Shred Lords. Catch me up, gents, gentle ladies, gentlemen, Shred Lords, Shred Lordesses. Happy Sunday, W Lord's Day. I hope everybody's out here being happy, being healthy, feeling blessed. I can already feel the anticipation in the room. I can literally already feel the anticipation in the freaking room. Not only do we have a banger segment of Chat Capital stock pitches today, not only do we have this, we also have updates. Not from me, but from one of the subs, one of the boys, one of the OGs. All right, we got updates from Edwin. All right, Edwin, I don't want to put you on spot, man, but I just need you just to do a little data dump for the boys and girls in the chat. I need you to just give us a little bit of the, spread a little bit of your awesomeness today. This guy was hustling on a Sunday. He was taking a management meeting on the Lord's Day. That is electric, my man. Before we do that, man, let's just do a little recap. Let's do a little roll call. Who in the mix, man? Edwin, what's up, man? WWW Day. I love that. I freaking love that, dude. They call it World Wide Web. I call it WWW Edwin. All right. A-Dub's in the mix. Oh, A-Dub, you locked in, champ. You coming in early. All right. Found lots of plays. Just need people with strong fundamental analysis skills to evaluate the stock. Hey, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. We're your fundamental pals. All right. We're in the business of buying cockroaches. You know what I'm saying? People ask me, what do I invest in? I'm in the business of buying cockroaches. Businesses, investments, and stocks that are hard to kill. They're sleepy. They're everywhere. They're crushing it. They're recession resilient. They're enduring. I'm a cockroach investor, y'all. That's crazy work. Lyrics Tube, what's up, man? What's up? Hey, Lyrics Tube is our head of computer science. Lyrics Tube, you've been promoted, my friend. You have been promoted in the Chat Capital team. Congrats on your promotion. Go ahead and make the LinkedIn post. But you have been promoted to head of computer science as well as data science. www Chat Capital. We need a Chat Capital website. We should totally have a Chat Capital website. That would actually be electric. If we had a Chat Capital website, that would be so freaking dope. Rich Toppy, what up, dude? What the heck happened in Shred Lord? How the heck you doing, man? How the heck y'all doing? Hey, chat, happy Sundays. Happy freaking Sundays, y'all. Yesterday was a big day. It was a big day. I look back on it. Well, first of all, we got 2 copyright strikes. So I gotta chill on these freaking songs that we play. Cause y'all know me. I be getting excited and I get geeked. I just be getting geeked and I'm just like, F it, I'm gonna play whatever. Boom. Little did they know, I was up till like 5 a.m. negotiating with YouTube, being like, my bad. I made a mistake. I messed up. I'm gonna right my wrongs. So I muted the segment. So if anybody is watching the VODs, the segments that we played, some copyrighted songs, those are muted. So I'm just not gonna do that again. Okay. So that was that. But it was, looking back on the stream, dog, we did a 6-hour stream yesterday, right? I think when me and Boogie were looking at the thing yesterday, it said like 6 hours or something. That's insane work, bro. And I was like, dang, I low-key got it in me to be like a legit streamer sometimes. Funny thing is, though, I'll just be sitting here yapping the whole time. Boy, I can talk. I just be out here talking. That's how you know I love this. I just be out here yapping and talking. But, oh, Chris, what's up, man? Hello, Chris. How the heck you doing, Shred Lord? Chris, hope you had an incredible Sunday. Chris, I owe you a bunch of stuff, man. I know I do. I know we supposed to have a call yesterday. Things just crazy busy right now. Crazy busy. We're like 1 week, 2 weeks away from closing. So apologies in advance if I'm heads down on a lot of these things off stream. So we just cranking and making some mogul moves, man. We're making some mogul moves, sir. But I sincerely hope you are doing fantastically well on this beautiful Sunday. It was a beautiful Sunday, wasn't it, y'all? At least for me, where I was in California, it was a beautiful Sunday. All my Texas homies, how's the weather now? How we doing Texas weather-wise? We doing better? I'm sure it's still cold. I think Richard said yesterday it was like 20 or 30 degrees Fahrenheit or something. So I feel like it's still kind of cold, but I'd be very curious to hear like how Texas is these days. Oh, Chris, thanks for letting me know Twitch working. Nice. W Twitch. Nice. But if you are on Twitch, bring your butts to YouTube. All right. Wait, the weather's immaculate? Whoa, what y'all talking about immaculate? And then Rich Topic's like, it's all good. I like the cold. That man, Rich Topic, hey, he's damn near like Tony Stark. That boy is so locked, man. Rich Topic damn near like Tony Stark. He just gets stuff done. He's locked in. He embraces the challenges, you know? 60 where I am. And wait, Edwin, you're in Midland, Texas, right? That's so odd that Texas has different climates. I know it's kind of like an obvious thing, but it's just like, shouldn't it all be kind of warm? It's the South, right? I'm just so surprised that it can just get like cold like that. Cause like on the east, southern east, you got Florida, which is like mad hot, no snow. Then you got the west coast, mad hot, no no snow. But then like Texas is also in the south, but like kind of in the middle a little bit. And it's got Mexico down there. Like how the heck is it getting like freezes like that? Like it's like the map, or I guess kind of like the trajectory of how these things just be rolling. That is just so fascinating. Great, Chris, you're in Vegas, right? Or Nevada? How's Nevada? Nevada is it funny enough, Chris, I literally you could have came to CES with us. Now that I think about it. Because I was at CES. It's cold in Nevada? Yeah, because when I was in Vegas 3 weeks ago, it was mad cold, bro. I was so surprised. I didn't pack anything like normal. I packed as if I was like t-shirts and slacks, and I totally messed up. Wait, A-Dub, what are these where are you finding these plays at? Wait, A-Dub, are these plays like cockroach style businesses? Like good, quiet, sleepy niche companies? Or are these like high tech, AI type of businesses? And guys, I'm gonna give you a quick little preview. You want to see a little preview of what we're doing today? I took all your pitches, y'all. I took all of y'all pitches. And what we did is I put them all into here, and we about to be diving into every single investment thesis of all these things. And we about to be voting on all these. All right. So that's gonna be later in a little bit. But we just out here cooking, chat. We just out here cooking. What y'all have for food today? I was first and foremost, I just got back from Newport Beach. I had a coffee chat with like old friend, finance guy. Used to work with me in New York. He's now on like the LP side, and it's just like a very long coffee chat. Great guy, love him. But it's just like a very, very, very long coffee chat, and sometimes we're just like, what are we doing here? This could have been an email. It's one of those things. This could have been a Discord message. Yeah, we spent 2.5 hours. It's crazy work. It's crazy work, y'all. Using what you want and thinking like Ray Dalio. Ooh, wait, A-Dub. So you like one of them macro guys? Or you like one of them like fundamental deep value guys? Oh, Chris, you talking about the Nevada code or the Texas code? It's more windy because of the mountains. Ain't gonna stop me from sourcing the cash flow in business though. Chris, you're such a shred lord. Chris is such a shred lord. Chris really be out here sourcing these cash flow in business like it's nothing. Chris, so actually, Chris, let's have our conversation right now, champ. We're gonna have our conversation right now. Wait, also, guys, would you all be interested if we had, I can't let it be like open the floodgates and let everybody talk at the same time, because then it'll be like kind of a mess, kind of trying to keep things organized. But I found out that on Discord, there's like the voice channel where I can like add a voice channel on Discord and like add folks like manually one at a time to like the Discord channel. And like as there's like pitches or deals or businesses you're all looking at, we can like have like a live discussion on the Discord. That'd be cool to like bring you guys on the stream to like talk via the Discord. But you gotta have Discord. I don't know if everybody has Discord here. If you aren't in the Discord, scream OMG and I'll give you the Discord link. But that could be super cool. The second thing, Chris, your first staffing as the chief winter analyst or intern for Dreamline Holdings is, I want you to try to find really good Nevada-based cash flow businesses based on sectors that you think are recession resilient. I want to see you come up. I want to see you come up with some investment themes. Or wait, I'm supposed to teach you first, right? Because you're a young bull. I got to teach you first the way, and then I got to show you how to do it. I can't just be throwing you in on the deep end. I'll just be out. People want to work for me, and they be like, "Oh, so what can I do?" Or how's the training and everything? And I'm just like, I need you just to go to this corner of the world and find 10 businesses in 10 days. And if you make it, you make it. If you don't, okay. You like that idea, Edwin? Yeah, that'll be sick, yeah. I'm gonna set it up. This week. I'm set up this week, and we're gonna have like more formal discussions on like have more formal discussions on like some of the deals. Like Edwin, this is a perfect segment where it's like you can give us an update on the deal of what you had going on. You know what I mean? Actually, let me see if I can just literally do that right now. Let me see. Does anybody know how to do that? Live topics, admin, logging, kidney finance, create a channel. Hang out. Ooh, a voice one. And all right, let me not mess this up. It took me days to figure out Discord. I definitely don't want to mess that up. Oh, you guys want a voice channel to like talk to each other on Discord? Oh, wait. What's the play? Like, how do you get like? Are you guys enjoying yourselves in Discord? By the way, y'all just be pitching crazy good ideas and stocks and stuff in here too. By the way, and you guys are insanely supportive of each other. That's like the coolest thing to see. It's just like how everyone is like all supportive of each other. You know what I mean? Like we got folks that are like building businesses. We got folks making investments. We got folks that are students. We got folks that already own companies. Folks that are like independent sponsors, VCs, like. Y'all just out here sharing game with each other. That's like so epic, isn't it? We're really building a cool little community here of the Chief Shred Lords. A-Dub's our macro guy. Okay, A-Dub, macro man. My macro man. Are we heading to a recession or what? You know, it's just like, how should we think about like portfolio timing? Sizing. I don't know. Like, if we're gonna, because I want to make a bunch of like, should we be in cash? Like, I wonder what Ray Dalio is doing right now. Like, I wonder if Ray Dalio is just like sitting on cash. You know, like he very much might be sitting on cash, waiting for something big. Stress pudding. You know what I mean? I just want to know where the money at, y'all. Sipping on hustle juice. Of course. Of course, of course. So macro-wise, Chris says that he heard that China is in deflation. Let's get smarter real quick. Let's catch up on the world. What's happening in the world? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait. I forgot to ask. W day or L day? Catch me up. Put W day in the chat. How's the day? You know how we rocking. Give me a, whoa. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. People. Asia's down 2% overnight. Why is it down so much? Japan's up. What is happening in Asia? I don't care about the Epstein files. I care about China. Xi Jinping calls for China's renminbi to maintain global reserve currency status. Does anybody know what's happening in China right now? Huh? Who's China experts? We need people from China in this chat. We need to be having my view. My view is that this place, this community would be incredible if we just have people from all walks of life in all industries all over the world that can give us like some true fundamental points of views on what's happening with some of these assets. That would be so sick. You know what I mean, chat? Someone call somebody from China's economy. Tell them join the Shred Lord Discord. China's factor activity grows at the fastest pace since October. Private survey shows beating official reading. All right, so China's factory activity gathered speed in January. What's some big news? Oh, gold and silver are both selling off. Chalked. Metal prices. Let's go to FT. They always know what they're talking about. Guys, when it comes to like reading up on the markets, my favorite is Financial Times and The Economist. It's less like clickbaity fear news. It's more like fundamental, like what's real drivers. Chris says, currently I'm talking to a founder for Clacky AI, who's from Shenzhen. I could try to connect you to talk about AI in China. Tell them hop on a Discord and like provide their thoughts on what's happening out there in China. I just need somebody to give us some context of like, how the heck do we play the China economy besides buying CQQQ? And plus ADUB, that's another macro play. That could be a macro question, whether or not we like where's the best use of our dollars, you know what I'm saying? So let's become geniuses on this stuff. Ooh, Bitcoin prices slide to lowest levels since 2025 tariff shook. What's Bitcoin's price? Y'all on Bitcoin? I know Kayvon does. Bitcoin. Ooh, whoa, oh, wow. Ouch. Ouch. BTC, my friend. Who knows what's happening with Bitcoin? That's kind of tough. Yeah, or and Chris, when it comes to talking, look at our network effects. Chris got a contact in China, in Shenzhen, right now. But Chris, you're connected China. You can also ask just for like resources for us to read, to learn, to get smarter on. I love a phone call. A phone call would be awesome. You know, for us just to get up to speed around what's happening in China. You know what I mean? What does this business do? You said Clacky AI? What is Clacky AI? You guys ever heard of Clacky AI? Chris, how did you meet this guy? Create a monetizing app with Clacky AI. It's for vibe coding. Is it a big business? Let's see. This is how I like to see how these things are doing. Did they raise any money? How big are they? Who uses Clacky? Where are my other vibe coding experts? LyricsTube, do you use Clacky? Websites, landing pages. I'm kind of worried about this space, guys. Like, keeping it very honest, the fact that like we're learning about a brand new platform called Clacky AI. No disrespect to Chris's Shenzhen contact, but the fact that it's Clacky AI, Lovable, Base 44, Gemini, Claude, Anthropic, Cursor, and ChatGPT, and Grok, and a bunch of other platforms is kind of just like, you know, it's kind of just like, I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of this? Oh, and then we have Anti-Gravity. I forgot I told you about Anti-Gravity. I keep seeing ads for Cursor. Cursor seems like they're crushing it. And it seems like Cursor is spending a bag on their marketing spend. Low key, chat, should we get a brand deal from Cursor? Wait, low key though? Hold on. We've been Cursor AI marketing influencer. Dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this guy here, Thomas Tunguz, is one of the top AI investors at Theory Ventures. This guy's a beast. Let's try to find a brand deal, huh? They might not even have it. Come on, Cursor. What are y'all doing? Maybe just marketing. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this old school. Cursor. We're gonna find someone, and we're gonna say sponsor our live streams, and we will literally use your product on stream. If not, we're gonna literally tell everyone to not use it. No, let's not do that. Let's not blackmail. That's so funny. Nope. You see, what's funny is like some of these people don't have a team for this. Like they probably don't even have a marketing team. All right, who's here? Who's here? Marketing exec. Cursor. Seems like it's this guy and this gal. These are the two contacts we need. Developer experience and marketing. All right, we're going to connect with this person. And we're going to tell them, chat's interested in using your products. Give us a big discount. Because it costs money, right? Oh, head of employee experience? What the heck is this? That ain't useful. It's an expensive product, right? And guys, all the brand deals that we get, I'm going to try to make it free for you. I want to make it really free for you. I'm so serious, y'all. Who's Nicole? Marketing? Founding marketing. All right, Nicole. Drop a back on Guinea Finance. Today's stream is sponsored by Chat Capital. Oh, wait, hold on. Chris is out here. He contacted me for testing his product. He thought I was like an expert, but I was like, nah. And then I talked to him in about finance, so I got him. Oh, okay. Wait, Chris, let me tell you something. Chris, whenever you get an opportunity like this, fake it till you make it, bro. Lean in there. Lean in, dude. Lean in, bro. You know what I'm saying? They might be like, OMG, are you an expert and all that? Be like, heck yeah. Whatever you need. I know how to get things done. I just know how to get things done. You got to make it seem like you're the biggest expert literally in the entire world, bro. Like that's the play, man. That's the play. Okay, what are we getting smarter on again, guys? China. Genius plan is working. Okay. Let's do Shanghai. What's happening to Shanghai? So I don't think anything real. Like all this is just kind of just like normal market changes. There's nothing like scary. There's no like crazy news. Right? There's no like crazy news here, guys. So let's do world, Asia. All right. Jinping calls for China's renminbi to be okay. Also today's newsletter. India reveals its budget in the latest. Okay, India. So this is the what does this mean? Does anybody know what this means? I don't know what this means. Gemini, you are staffed. Let's go to Google Finance. Google Finance. I love this product, Google Finance. Oh, here we go. China Telecom, China Unicorn to face higher 9% VAT on core telecom services. Okay. What's happening in Asia markets today? Why are things down? I heard about what does this practically mean? And is this needle moving? You would do that for finance, though? Chris, stop saying that you don't know anything about vibe coding. You literally can't say that I don't know anything about AI. AI is everywhere. AI is everything. You can just learn AI. You're AI in progress type of guy right now. You know what I'm saying, Chris? You are AI in progress. Let's rock, man. All right. So Asian markets are just following from New York. Renewed inflation concerns, volatile stuff for precious metals. All world country going to tumble 1.5%. South Korea. South Korea's index is down 3.3%. Ooh, let's check out my coupon. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited about coupon. For some reason, I'm really excited about Coupang. You know what I mean? It's just like this is the Amazon of South Korea, and we're sitting here like not even freaking getting any exposure to that. So just a little preview of next week's pitch, because I think I'm gonna pitch Coupang. I think it could be an attractive entry point. Volatile metal markets, gold and silver prices experience a significant rout, with silver prices falling sharply. Political uncertainty, new Fed chair, tech stocks pulling back. Call for the Chinese yuan to attain global reserve currency status. This is a long-standing strategic objective for Beijing to reduce dependence on the U.S. dollar and strengthen its global finance influence. Okay. And the purpose of all this is to reduce exchange risk for Chinese firms, financial stability. It could alter a country's alternatives to the U.S. dollar, boost China's financial markets, like promote the development, opening of China's domestic financial markets to attract overseas capital, and then complicate China's monetary policy. Managing a global reserve currency often requires a flexible exchange rate and open capital account, which can make domestic monetary policy more complex. The renminbi's international role has been growing, but it's nowhere close to overtaking the US dollar. All right, so this is still irrelevant. Oh, here, this is like really interesting data. Global share. The share of the global foreign exchange is 2.3%, which is far behind the US dollar. So like the Chinese yuan is only 2.3% of global FX. US dollar is 60%, and the euro is 20%. All right, so I don't think this is needed. So if there's anything, all this news here is just natural market movement. Nothing here is scary. All right. So if there's any fear influencers out there, get the heck up out of here. Nothing really is happening in the markets. People are just chilling. People just waking up, chilling, starting their days. All right. Gold slides as rally loses steam. I wonder if gold is traded 24/7. Let's check our Royal Gold stock. Down 12. All right, a little correction. Past day down 10. What about NUGT? Dang. Wowzers. NUGT down 25%. NUGT down 25%. Do you buy the dip on gold? You see how volatile this thing is? You're up freaking 350%. You're immediately down 30%. You're just playing like you're naturally getting yourself a crazy headache. When in reality, you can do the cockroach theory and you can find yourself such an incredible, sticky, long-term play. Not this one. Like this, and literally hold this dang thing and just let it ride. And let it ride. You know what I mean? Or just hold this thing forever, just let that thing ride. You know? And it's just like, what the heck? So A-Dub, when it comes to like finding some of these names that you're looking at, like I'm trying to challenge us and push us to look as much as we can into these like actual freaking sleeper baggers right here. How's Berkshire Hathaway stock doing, by the way, guys? Virtually unmoved. Last 5 years, that. Boom. Bagger. You guys ever heard of this one? Constellation Software. They're down a lot. They are down bad. But if you look at over all time, they used to crush it. They're like a holding company that rolls up small software companies. But the stock has literally puked. Ouch. Yowzers. Right? What do you mean there are plenty? Share the names. Have you guys been putting the pitches in our pitch forms? Huh? Have you guys been putting the pitches in the pitch forms, huh? We got a few so far here. I don't know who's been pitching these. I put all these into the presentation today. And I'll give you a quick KEP. Goop. All right. Korea Electric Power Corp. is the largest electric utility in South Korea, responsible for the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity and the development of electric power projects, including those in nuclear. A-Dub, where do you find this? This is a good one. Well, here's another play, right? It's just impressive. KEP, Korea Electric Power. Literally the largest electric utility in South Korea. I didn't even know it, and is U.S. publicly traded. Another play? You just dive a level deeper. You find out what the service businesses are that are doing electric substation, transmission, distribution, maintenance, or selling the equipment, or whatever that might be. If you're banking on Korea and you're banking on Korean power, you're banking on the Korea electric grid, there is going to be the need for service, talent, consulting, automation, grid visibility, all types of things. Don't let this stock fool you and make you think this is the only play when it comes to Korea Electric Power, even though it's like the funny name. There's a lot of other businesses too. You just got to keep going below the thesis. That's how y'all rock. But this is a really good name, A-Dub. This is a really good fight. Hey, y'all, keep these names coming. What's another one? Someone give me another one. KEP in the mix. I didn't know they were. That's weird though. Why is a Korean electric utility publicly traded? You know? Oh, whoa. This thing, I heard about Iron. I think Iron's a scam. I think Iron might be a scam, y'all. What the heck? Y'all see this? Y'all see these things just be like, brrr. If I were a chart person, I'm not saying I am, but if I were a chart person, I would just be a little bit concerned around like what is literally happening to this to this freaking chart. Oh my goodness. These charts are crazy. These charts are crazy. Let's actually stick on this Korean electric power thesis because I want to like figure some stuff out with this. But let me just look up Iron real quick. This is like the quantum name, isn't it? Right? Don't they do? What does Iron do? Oh, AI cloud. Huh? What the heck? Whoa. Purpose-built AI data centers. What in the world? Who? Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. You are. Wow. Who? Yeah. Yeah, they IPO'd 2021. They literally ripped last. Oh my god, 900%. Sheesh. It cooled down a little bit. Weird stock pitches. How we doing, Ethos? We are looking at some funky names. Analysts love this one. There's one of these businesses that's a scam. I forgot which one it is. Is it Iron? Is it Iron scam? Not scam. Securities fraud. Class action lawsuit. I forgot which one, but there's literally one of these. Yeah, is it the Bitcoin miner? What the heck? Oh, this is such a sketchy video. Is Iron stock what your portfolio is missing? What the heck? Eat those. You got some stocks for us, twin. You got some stocks for us? Hold on. If you got stocks for us, we have our... Oh, guys. Okay. You guys want to see what we're doing? It looks like this. I'll give you a little preview. I'll give you a little preview. Ta-da! Welcome to Chat Capital Stock Pitches. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So we're doing Chat Capital Stock Pitches. And each of these has like kind of like an investment thesis, and these are all pulled by, right? These are all pulled by what you all pitched in the thing. So these aren't my names. These are all the names you all pitched, right? So all these are from here. Some of these I excluded because we can't buy them. And I'll let you guys know why. But they're all logged here. And if anyone does have a pitch, if anybody has a pitch, it has to go here. If it's not sent here, it doesn't get pitched. And I think, guys, we also might have to do a part 2 because we have like 7 names to get through. And we got to vote on these things too. So I'll keep this pinned. This is the stock pitch form where we go pitch our stocks. This is where you pitch. This is where you pitch. All right. So if you do have one, you got to pitch it on there. PWR? I heard of that. Wait, they do like large engineering and contracting services for utilities and data centers, right? Is that right, Edwin? Oh, wait, Edwin. Sorry. Can you catch us up on your deal? Edwin, how the heck did your deal go? How the heck was the deal, Edwin? I want to hear all about that, man. Hope the deal went immaculately well. If PWR is anything like I think it is. Oh, yeah, Quanta. Yeah, that's right. Quanta Services. Quanta Services. Boom, 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 boom. It's very similar to the business. I don't know if I told you guys yesterday or the day before. I told you guys about Mastech. They do almost the same thing. Infrastructure engineering, construction services, Coral Gables. So they do the engineering, the installation, the maintenance, upgrades of energy, utility, and comm infrastructure. All right, so you guys caught up. It was a very, very good conversation. Oh, and for context, guys, for everyone's wondering what Edwin did. Edwin hustled and had a management meeting, and we put together a management meeting manifesto. Does anybody want this? We have the link if anybody else wants this. This is for like the private side. All right, this is for folks buying private businesses, boring businesses. Edwin's in the process of buying Boring Business. It's a trash bin cleaning business. And we put together, I guess yesterday. Was this yesterday? Yeah, I guess this was yesterday or Friday. We put together his just prep of like how to actually tackle the deal. And like we together learned about what are the key areas of diligence for this. A-Dub, was it you that told me to add the disclaimers or the draft thing in the back? So thank you for that. I think you told me to add the watermark. Here's the data request. These are the topics. Okay, so here's what the topics that you're supposed to connect with. What we're like, give me the feedback. What do they say? Are you here's the big overall question. Oh, Chris, I got you. I'll send it to you. Or Chris is gonna be on the YouTube link. I'll share it with everybody, whoever wants this. Anybody who wants it can get it. There you guys go. That's like the management presentation wrap. Chris, I put in the YouTube link. The big question though, Edwin, are you more excited about the name? Right? Like, are you more excited about the name than original? Like with management meetings, you gotta take a step back and think like, with what I learned and the questions that I asked, do I have more or less conviction on this business? You know, good management meetings, you leave out of it with a relationship with the owners, but you also leave with a clearer sense of the business's operations And with that clear visibility and how the business operates, generates revenue, provides this product or service, retains customers, like with everything that you learned from that meeting, and you're just like more convicted to want to own it, that's a really good one. But then there's other times, and I've had these so many times, y'all, where you have a management meeting and you leave that management meeting literally confused and just like lost in the sauce, trying to figure out like what the freaking heck is going on with this business. Why in the literal heck do they even exist? Or there's like a disconnect, and or there's just like a disconnect in like the you and the owner's vibe. I had a friend actually yesterday call me. He flew from Detroit all the way to Vegas to meet with the owner of a potential deal. He's trying to acquire a company in like the IT space, and he called me and he's like, you know, the business seems good, financials seem all right. The only thing is just like something about the relation, like something about the owner just felt a little off, right? And I told him straight up. And hear me when I say this, y'all. You got to understand, like in investing, especially when it comes to buying a business, like you have to really understand that, like, how do I put this in a very respectful way? I don't want to say any cuss words. Like, you need to understand if you're going to buy a business, with everything that you're learning, it is either a heck yes or a heck no, based on the data points that you receive and understand about that business or the stock or the management team or the conversations that you're having. The vibes that you get should very much be a heck yes. And if it's not a heck yes, it is a heck no. Because throughout deals, there's always going to be more skeletons that pop up, all kinds of things. So you just have to be very, very, very cautious around the mirage of the potential of a business. Keep it simply to the facts. Simply to the facts. Like, what does that mean? That means that, like, I'm not going to be, I know none of this is related to the one you're talking about, Edwin, but I'm just doing like a generalization of it before we dive into yours. But like, I'm not going to over-index myself in the promise of a business's ability to right its wrongs. Like if I look at a business and over the last 10 years, that business has done like 5% annual declines, but for some reason, all of the materials and the management, they're all telling me that next year is going to be a 10% growth year. Bro, I'm not about to get sold on that dream. I'm not about to believe the mirage and put everything I own into a business that has not yet proven its ability to execute, right? And this is oftentimes really hard because a lot of investors get married to the deal, y'all. Like they honestly get really married to the deal because they spend a lot of time on management. They themselves spent a lot of time in the space. They spent a lot of money already on diligence and fees, right? And you can pretty much get like married to the deal, right? So it can just become a mighty headache to walk away because they might feel as if there's like huge opportunity costs. But the fact of the matter is, you can't be too emotionally tied and married to a deal if the facts just aren't true that this is a good, strong, cash flowing business. You know what I mean? But let's talk about a better situation. Let's talk about Edwin's deal. Edwin's deal is, let's see if I still have that Discord link. I'm gonna see if I have that Discord link, y'all, because I don't know if everybody was here for the context last time. But here's actually the business that he was looking at. And no one else is allowed to take this. This one belongs to Edwin. All right? This business belongs to Edwin. But found this fresh on Facebook Marketplace for $59,000 is a turnkey, profitable, cash flowing trash bin cleaning business. Virtually no competition. The business has 40 clients, and you add a few more trucks and cleaning tools here to tackle more HOAs and more neighborhoods. You could go crazy with the earnings potential of this. But this one already belongs to one of our subs, so we can't give this one away. This one belongs to one of our subs. Edwin's got this one, y'all. But for the rest of y'all buying or selling? Y'all buying or selling? And here's the management playbook as well of how to actually go about doing this and buying this. It's so cool that these businesses are on Facebook Marketplace, though. Let's talk about Edwin's deal. Cool Webby, what up, twin? How you doing out there in Palm Beach, legend? Palm Beach King. We got the Palm Beach King. How you doing, champ? Oh yeah, it was great. Okay, marketing. Oh, hold on. Let's talk about the marketing here. So as we think about the marketing was door hangers and sticky knot with QR code. Waste is taken care of. He's lined out with all the legal. So he's already got, wait. So legal stuff is already good. And his only marketing is just like adding door hangers to like homeowners' houses. Without even having a QR code or anything. It's kind of just like hanging things on the door, being like, call me maybe type joint, right? Is that great? Are you like, what? Isn't it wild though, y'all, that some of these businesses are literally just putting things in the mailbox and hoping for a customer to call them? Edwin, if you don't modernize some of that marketing effort, get yourself a CRM, do some automated email marketing, do some targeted ads, and make personalized outreaches, having follow-ups. Man, we could turn this thing up, dude. We could turn this thing up. Rich topic. Nah, man, we out here. I'm back, bro. Had to work out and shower real quick. Bro, by the time... Wait, what? Hold on. Since the time I started stream, you've went to work out and shower? What the heck? That was fast, bro. What you do, 10 push-ups? Rich. Boy, if you don't go back in there, man, get a quality workout, break a sweat, man. Hey. Rich Topic out here doing 10 push-ups and walked 20 steps and thought that was a good... Boy, go back in the gym, man. Get back in the gym. Ain't no way you get all that done in literally freaking 10, 20 minutes, man. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, though. I do be having insanely quick workouts. My workouts have become incredibly efficient now, y'all. Now that we got like this whole stream thing, like having dedicated priority hours in my day, we be locked in. Rich Topic says, heck no. 100 burpees and 200 push-ups? All right, that's fire. Okay, low-key, that's fire. That low-key seems fire. I don't even know if I can do 200 push-ups. Definitely not straight. But like in a good like single workout, that probably have me burning. Fun fact, back when I was in high school on the basketball team, I was a GOAT. I used to do 500 push-ups a night. 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups. Like it was like a thing like on our AAU team that they like, not AAU, it was like whoever it was, like Coach Slater. I remember him. He used to make us do 500 push-ups and sit-ups every day at practice. And this is one of them like, you know, hardcore basketball teams. So I just became accustomed to that. So I used to be doing 500 push-ups and sit-ups every night. Your boy used to be swole with a big old head. And then 2 pump push-ups 10 times. Hey, that's that prison workout. Hey, it's free though. It gets the job done. I know all y'all getting money in this chat, but make sure y'all be investing in y'all health. Taking the time to be healthy and happy, y'all. That's what matters most, is having the time to be healthy and happy, y'all. All right? That's the number one thing. But, okay, Edwin. DM me, Bobby. What we got? Okay. So the marketing on this business is literally the super bright color. I like the colors, by the way. It's like a good thumbnail. But super bright colors. They have that little QR code. And they're doing door hangers. So just like, you know, it's like those like little like small pamphlets that are like this size that kind of have like the hook on top. And you just hang it on the door. But then here, check this out. So he says he did do some AC cleaning and driveway cleaning. And yes, I was thinking of keeping the name. Okay, good. So he's thinking about keeping the name. Owners sometimes care a lot about that because it's like the legacy. But keeping the name is good. and he does some AC air conditioning cleaning and driveway cleaning. Is there a power washer? How does he do that? Does he have power washers already like in the inventory or on the trailer? Or is it attached back here? It should be like attached back here, right? You know what I'm saying? Should be. Where's the... Yeah. Okay, here. This is what I was looking at. You see this right here, y'all? Like here at the bottom, there's a power washer right here. So it seems as if like you can kind of back the trailer in and kind of just wash literally that, you can literally wash that driveway if you need to. So you can diversify the revenue model here. And you can market it as trash bin cleaning, home driveway cleaning, and then AC spraying or cleaning. You know what I'm saying? It felt like we were old friends, and his mindset is so refreshing to see. Wait, I love that. I really love that. It says the metaphor for this one is the plane was just about to take off, and we're going to change it to a rocket. Okay. Edwin, you sound excited, bro. It sounds like you got a lot of conviction in this name, twin. It sounds like you got a lot of freaking conviction in this name, bro. You know? Edwin kind of sound geeked about this one, y'all. This one might be geek. You know what I mean? Are you sent in the ticker? Oh, for the pitches? Okay. Thanks, Ethos. We're going to try to get to it. If we don't get to it, because I think we have like 6 lined up. I don't know how many we have lined up for pitching today, but I think we have like 5 or 6 today. Nah, not straight. And like a sticky note to put on the bins? Okay. Yeah, like honestly, if you could like put a little branding on the bins that say like this was cleaned and professionally like cleaned by X, Y, and Z, that'd be sick. That would be sick. And it's a 10-foot hose that's attached to it with the power sprayer at the top. And then it's easy for driveways. I like that. I like that. I like that. And then the power washing makes cash flow, lots of uses and diverse client base. Heck yeah. That's solid. And like with a business like this, it probably doesn't cost that much to just add incrementally more power washers or like a diversified one that can like expand beyond just the trailer. You could be power washing siding. You could be power washing commercial buildings, municipal stuff. Wait, Edwin, I'm locked in now. Tell me about the customer base. What's the customer base for this? He was going to get a bigger tank. Why didn't he though? And by the way, Edwin, my posture on this, I'm on your team, right? I'm on your team. I want to have you make the smartest financial decision. I don't know the owner. I don't trust him yet. All right. So my questions, they may seem as if, oh, like, why are you trying to dig deeper in that? Or like, why are you focused on that? It's to ensure that we understand all the downside here. A lot of folks at this time of the deal get super excited because of how many things could go right and the good things that are to come, but they often ignore the bad things. We're risk-adjusted investors, so we need to understand every form of the downside. Like, why didn't he get a bigger tank? Was it cost? Was it, if he needs a bigger tank, he needs a whole new, bigger trailer? You know, who is his customer list? Why has he targeted that customer list instead of like different customer segments? Like little things like that, all right? So, as your deal, I don't even know what role I play. I'm just the deal homeboy, you know? Chief Shredlord. I just want to make sure that we take a look at every single component of this business and deal to ensure that we make smart money moves. And I kind of have to say this legally, but you will be investing with your own money at your own merit. And nothing that I say constitutes investment advice if it relates to your private transaction. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I just kind of have to say that. But I'm rooting for you though. So why not the bigger tank? Who are the customers he's been targeting? How has he kind of institutionalized the power washing and the AC cleaning side of the story? Right? Little things like that. Oh, My favorite song. Back to my song, yo. You know, those are some of the things. Because if we go back to our thing here, we should probably see like what's been. I wonder were any of these like taken care of? I wonder if any of the diligence areas were taken care of in your management meeting. Then what we can do is kind of just say like, all right, this is this one here, we figured it all out, so that's like good, right? This one here, we learned something and it's like really bad, so we gotta be careful of that. We can start color coding it. I don't want to play that yet. That's a really good song. We'll play that later. You know what I'm saying? So we can like color code that later. All right. So as you like look back at the list, Edwin, keep me posted on that. But it sounds like a W meeting, like a really good playbook. Real quick, y'all, we gotta do a quick segment for our pitches. This is Chat Capital Pitches. Because this is gonna be really fun. I'm excited for this. We have to dive into the Chat Capital Pitch ecosystem. Prestige worldwide. Right? Yeah, that's too zoomed in. Who got some stocks for us, huh? I hate to be the one to say this, but we're not leaving here without an investment. Just kidding. If all of these are bad, we will not buy any. If all of these are bad, we will not buy any. But I would love to run through some of these pitches for who? Chat Capital. All right. I got you, Ed. I'll do that after the Chat Capital pitch competition. Chat Capital pitches. There's a lot here, guys. So let's just like mentally get ourselves ready because there's a lot of names on here that we got to run through. But we're going to try to run through these briskly. And I took all of the source of all this data is I didn't come up with these myself. The source of all this, I keep saying get every chat, but I want you all to keep and understand that they all came from here. Ooh, someone added Humacyte. This must be Ethos's, right? Oh my God, it's down 78%. Is this a penny stock? What the heck? That seems terrifying. What the heck? Is it a short? You work here or something? Why are you pitching this? What the heck? Hold on, real quick. It low-key could be a good one. Oh, it's tiny too. 200 million? Is it a good buy? What do they do? Turning science fiction into science fact. Universally implantable regenerative human tissues. Bro, they're cloning human stuff? Eat those. They're cloning human organisms? And it's now FDA approved. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm not a doctor. Anybody a healthcare person? Bro, apple a day, keep a doctor. I don't even got health insurance. I don't even know what this is. Clinical trials. Let's see. When in doubt, go to the 10K, y'all. When in doubt, you got to go to the 10K. You really got to go to the 10K. You know what I'm saying? That's literally the name of the game here is go in their 10K is not even loading. Okay, here it is. Financials, annual reports. Show us SEC filings. Where's the financials? Where's the financials? Do they not even report? Hold on. Where's their 10K? 10Q. Oh, here we go. 10Q. We gotta see what's happening here. Let's see how brutal of a name this is. Try Acrobat Pro. I thought I already had Acrobat Pro. Bro, what? Oh, I gotta sign in. All right, they tripping. They tripping, twin. All right. This is such small text. Jesus Christ. What are they hiding here? All right. Here's their assets. Cash. They have about 19 million in cash on the balance sheet. 18 million in cash. Inventory. Restricted. Property, plant, and equipment, 19. Finance, lease, right of use assets, 30 million. Then current liabilities, accrued expenses, revenue interest liability, contingent earnout liability, finance lease obligations, other long term, so not a lot of debt in the business. Okay, what about like financials? Let's see. So it seems as if they're just now starting to generate revenue. They are, at least for the first 9 months of 2025, they were burning 16 million. Most of that has come from R&D. Dang, they're jumping mad cash out there in R&D. They're dropping mad cash in R&D. Sheesh. All right. Wait, Ethos, are you our healthcare expert? Are you the Jack Capital head of healthcare? You want to be? We do have a vacancy in the hypothetical seat of Jack Capital and entertainment purposes seat of Jack Capital head of healthcare. Me and Martin Shkreli be frenemies. Oh snap! This better not be one of them scams. Right here. They make artificial veins that can be implanted to reduce amputation risk. W. Where's our cash flow statement? Okay. Here we are. Burning 16 million. Non-cap. What is this earnout liability? That thing's fat. The 15 million contingent earnout shares. Anti-dilutive is such a... What's the mechanism for the earnout though? Like, what do they have to hit? I wonder if it's like an EBITDA target. This is like an incentivized management team though. Okay. Okay, they're not telling us exactly what it is. Do you know what the earnout is? Do you guys know what an earnout is? An earnout is when you buy a business and you don't want to pay all of the purchase price up front. You take part of the purchase price and you set a KPI target. And a good example is, I'm willing to buy your business, this trash bin cleaning business, for $1 million, but 200,000 of that is contingent upon an earnout. So this business, 1 year post acquisition, needs to hit 25% EBITDA margins. If it hits it, I pay you a check of 200,000. If it doesn't, then you lose that. You get it? So that's like an earnout. But it seems as if they have one that like they have to pay to somebody. I don't know who they need to pay this earnout to. It's just weird that a business like this. Oh, here it is. There he goes. Following the closing of the merger, former holders of legacy Humansight common and preferred stocks are eligible to receive up to 15,000 annual shares in the aggregate in 2 equal tranches, 7,500 each. The first is going to be a weighted average price of this, and this. Okay. How about you tell us what the actual contingency is? Like, where is the alignment? Remeasured after each. Oh, okay. Each reporting date as a component of other expenses. Net, because the estimated fair value of this was this. Oh, they did Monte Carlo simulations. I don't know what they're supposed to hit. He made a lot of money. I think the tech is good, and now they've got friends in Washington, D.C. and D&D. Potentially. Okay. Okay, so you are the head of healthcare. let's get to our pitches, y'all. And I'll be blunt. I looked at a lot of these when we were putting together the deck for today. A lot of these names, unfortunately, sound like obvious no's. And I'll tell you some why. But it's okay if we vote no on everything. But let's dive into the chat capital pitches, shall we? Shall we dive into the chat capital pitches? And if anybody has a pitch, last pitch, say now, forever hold your peace. But we are about to rock and roll. You guys see everything? Okay, let me make sure you guys see everything. All right. Chat, it is pitch time. All right. We are looking at allocating our first $1,000 for chat capital into a handful of names that each of you Shredlords have decided to pitch into our portfolio. It is February 1st, 2026. And at market open tomorrow, depending on what we actually select, we will or we will not be allocating some of our dollars into some of these names. Now, first, let me lay a little bit of ground rules to let you all know how this actual pitch process is going to work. So as you all know, anyone here that is a subscriber to Chat Capital is able to pitch a name. Anyone is able to pitch a name. The key is, in order for us to actually invest, we have to hear out the pitch, learn the business, do our diligence, and bring up our thesis to the entire committee, and we will vote live on stream. It is going to be one of two things. It is going to be a buy or it is going to be a pass. So you will see in the YouTube polls buy or pass options for each name that we have inside the pitch competition for this week. And the key, ladies and gents, is that it has to receive a 50% plus buy vote in order to be allocated into the Chat Capital portfolio. Not 40, not 49. It has to be 50% plus. And if you want to take a look at what some of the other pitches were, people pitched EchoStar, people pitched Universal Electronics. Both of those were passes around 70%. So as you can see, you all are pretty tough when it comes to getting things allocated into our portfolio. I respect it. That means we have a very high bar. We should be saying no to 99% of the names that are pitched, just because we need to be sticking very tight to our discipline. And what's our strategy? We love the cockroach theory. We love finding businesses that are impossible to kill. And we truly enjoy finding companies that have a strong defensible moat, that have the ability to generate strong returns on capital and very strong free cash flow margins, and are great, enduring, long-term business. We are not traders. We are not crypto bros. We are baby Buffetts. And with that, let's dive into the very first pitch. All right? And that is, I don't know who it came from, but the first pitch is going to be Daikin Industries. All right? Let's first try to understand what Daikin Industries even does. So Daikin Industries is a leading air conditioning and refrigeration provider. They're doing sustainability stuff, key technologies. It seems as if they produce high efficiency air and cooling and HVAC units. And they also seem to be providing some of these HVAC cooling solutions to data centers as well. And as we all know, data centers has a very, very, very large heating needs. So this could theoretically be a compelling thesis. Now let's see what the investment, I didn't write this myself. You all wrote this. All right. So let's see what the overall thesis is this for Daikin. First point, Daikin is a long-term compounder benefit from rising global temperatures and increasing incomes. It's had a decade of 10% annual revenue growth, and the company's transforms HVAC from a luxury into essential infrastructure, particularly in emerging markets where air conditioning is becoming a non-negotiable. All right, so folks just need AC. Now here's the key. They have a dominant position of all of the, not all, 70% of the ACs in Southeast Asia, Thailand, Philippines, places like that, where AC penetration is only 15%. I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, I knew that the Philippines didn't have that many ACs. I'm part Filipino, and I went there last year, so I knew it was just like it was a hot experience, right? But it's interesting. So only 15% of Southeast Asia has air conditionings, but this business has 70% of that entire market share. But we all know also that there is rising middle income in Southeast Asia. I'm very bullish on those regions. There's a lot of momentum going on in Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines with managed outsourced services, call centers, semi-producing, manufacturing. The economy's booming there. And folks are making money. They're probably spending it on ACs, right? My only question is, why is the stock literally only up 3% in the last year? There must be something structurally happening either in the markets that they serve or the underlying business and the financials. We can dive into that later. All right. And then they do the in-house design. They're trading at 10 times operating income. And they're vertically integrated player with a healthy balance sheet and durable, non-discretionary demand. This one actually sounds very compelling. Why? It hasn't been drastically going crazy with the AI boom. That's because I think the AI boom hasn't truly touched Southeast Asia yet as much as it has in the US and Europe. It has a dominant market positioning. And it is a defensible long-term holding asset. Good times or bad, folks kind of need AC. The big red question is like, what's happening with the stock? We need to dive a little bit into the financials. But then there is somewhat of a structural difficulty with this name. And I think the structural difficulty for this name is it's listed in Japan. You know what I mean? I don't know what y'all think about the name so far, but it's like, it's listed in Japan. So I'm gonna let you guys vote. I'm gonna let you guys vote for this one for now, but I honestly don't know if we're allowed to buy it. So Daikin Industries, large producer of HVAC assets. Are you all net buyers or are you passing? Are you all buying or passing? First vote is a no. Ouch. And like I said, there's no shame in the game for passing on opportunities. All right. Let me first research if we are actually allowed to buy this one. Let me check on Robinhood, see if I can actually buy it. We might not be able to. Let me check Robinhood. Let's see. What's the ticker on this? DKILY. Can I buy this? ADRs. ADR represents shares of non-US based companies. Banks issue ADRs to facilitate trading on US exchanges. Some banks require investors to pay periodic service fees, typically like a penny or 3 cents per share. Okay. So if we do own this, we're going to own this through a ADR. Okay? So if we own it, we're going to own it through a ADR. So we are voting on Daikin Industries, chat. Daikin Industries. What's the play? What is the play? Oh, you're just saying DKILF? What's that? Yeah. But why is the stock really not moved? If you're a buy, put buy in the poll or yes. If you're passing, put no. We need to understand what's happening with their Has anybody visited the facility yet? That's the big thing. Has anybody visited the facility yet? Huh? If no one's visited the facility, how can we be buying stuff if we haven't even visited the facility yet, guys? Brief report on settlement of accounts. Let's do financial reports. Let's do second quarter presentation here. I want to see what's truly happening here with the numbers. Has anybody visited the facilities of Daikin yet? Huh? Okay. So, net sales for first half, it's about 2.5 billion yen. 10% margins. It's a very low margin business. I'm wondering if they're okay. So they're doing a lot of sales, equipment. So they're selling really, okay. Here's the other thing that might be difficult. The other thing that might be difficult with this is they have a large chunk of new equipment sales. The tricky thing, ladies and gents, is that like while this is a HVAC industry, there's two ways to play HVAC. You can do equipment sales, or you can do equipment servicing. This one seems to be doing just the sales. I don't see a large chunk of service revenue. And one of the other stocks we're going to be looking at is GE. GE is a master at doing the selling equipment at nearly cost just to be embedded into the company's workflow or systems flow, and then offering some of their repair and maintenance annual servicing contracts where they have higher margin revenue. This one seems to only be doing the equipment sales and not the equipment sales plus maintenance and annual service contracts. There's a big missing gap of like a potentially high margin service that they could be offering, which I don't think they're offering right now. You guys get me? You guys get me? All right. So chat, it seems as if, and our votes are going to be quick. So if you guys don't vote quick, you're not included. All right. So it seems as if for this one, I'm not the most enthusiastic about it, primarily because it doesn't have as large enough service revenue. I don't think it even has a service. I think it's just equipment sales. And as you know, equipment sales are very low margin. And it's typically, if you're a good player, just the entry point to break into the door of the customer and then offer some of the service revenue. All right. So for me, unfortunately, I am letting chat vote. And chat has voted no on this one at 67%. Ouch. If you didn't vote, that was your fault. You should have caught up. All right. But date pitched. We're going to log our votes. And this was for all right, let's do this one instead. I like this one. This here. And the price that we pitched it at, just at $11.97, just in case if we like look back and we're like, dang, I wish we really had this. Okay, the only issue is DKILY. Okay, good. All right. Oh, geez. I don't know who pitched. I don't know who voted on that, but that's chalk. Too easy. Thank you so much for subbing to the channel. I appreciate that, Shredlord. Welcome to the fan. We're out here making smart money moves. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Shredlords. All right. All right. Now, and we have a few others to get through. And as you guys can see, there's a lot on here. We're going to do speed run edition a little bit. All right, we're going to do a speed run edition a little bit. It's going to be quick votes because it's going to be a lot because I don't want to spend 15 hours doing this. All right, chat capital. It is time to vote on investment opportunities. And coming up, we have Lithium Americas Corp. They seem to be a large pure play lithium style of a business. Let's see what they do. Lithium, what do they even do? That's the first thing you need to do is understand the business model. So they're in the production and supply of battery quality lithium carbonate for the North American critical minerals supply chain. All right. This one here is a business that is highly sensitive to commodity prices, just FYI. As you all know, lithium is extremely scarce. And let's see, where is most of the world? And it's also a geopolitical, it's also globally a competitive commodity. And the most of the lithium comes from Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, Australia, China. But there seems to be a business here doing it in North America. But let's hear about the pitch. So someone wrote a very simple thesis in the chat, and they say they just acquired a newly untapped deposit here locally, which cuts operating costs from deposits outside the US, increase in electric video, the need for lithium batteries increases as well. This stock chart scares me. But we understand the global competition. We understand the exposure to commodity prices. We understand that while there is increasing electric demand, it is not a new story. So the question is this a good, sustainable, long-term hold? We are not traders. Is this a long-term investment? So let's add this one to the poll, and you will have 60 seconds to vote. All right? That's how we're going to use this to be quite brisk. All right? All right, chat. 60 seconds on the clock to vote for Lithium Americas. Okay? Lithium Americas. They are a North American miner and lithium play. The headline thesis, of course, is as more and more consumer electronics are in high demand, you kind of need lithium. Most of them is going to be in Bolivia and Argentina and I forgot the other country, Chile. But is this a new narrative? Is it an exciting narrative? What is happening here with the name? I'm curious to hear what people think about this stock, if it's a good enough opportunity, and whether or not it has the potential for us to make strong, long-term good returns. And as we think about investments, we got to think about it from a perspective of, do we want to hold this for 15, 20 years? Right? Do we want to hold this for 15 or 20 years? Does lithium arguably have a large enough thesis here in America to mine in America? All right. So let's vote. Let's see what we got, chat. I'm gonna let y'all vote while I keep looking at this. Let's do a little bit of digging here. The company has no revenue. All right, hold on. The company has no revenue. Hold on here. Whoa, no revenue. Filings and report. What are these guys and gals doing on the job? What you doing on the job site? You ain't got, whoa. See, this is why, chat capital, this is why we got to be super, super diligent about this stuff. Let's go to the 10Q. You can't lie in the 10Q. All right. $385 million of cash. They have $386 million of a convertible debt, aka a loan. Jeez. Okay. All right. You're right. This is the P&L. The company has no... Looking at the P&L, the company has no revenue. No revenue at all. And they seem to be burning $224 million just in the last... Wow, okay. All right. Okay. This is... And then loss on financial instruments. Loss on financial instruments measured at fair value. They're trying to do like, you know what financial instruments are? Funky, weird structuring and like credit notes and all that. They're trying funky things and they're losing a lot of money on that. All right. The final vote, the business, Lithium Americas. Lithium Americas. I hate to phrase it this way, but it literally has no revenue. Burning $225 million a year. And they're losing money on these experimental financial instruments. Like, it'll be interesting if it was just like they marked it at fair value, but it's like they're losing a lot of bread on it. Oh, they just hedged it? I didn't know what it was. All right, chat. Last 20 seconds on the clock to vote for Lithium Americas. Do we want to hold this for 10 years? Are you passing on this? It's a commodity play. We all know what happened in gold and silver. But those are two different commodities. But Jack Capital. All right. The alarm's off. The alarm's off. The vote has ended. What's the results? Ooh. Ooh. The vote is 50-50. That doesn't count for a buy. So this one will kind of be, we can either revisit it or pass on it, but that does not constitute a purchase decision. All right. Oh yeah. Hey Jackson, how we doing, legend? We looked at Daikin. Unfortunately, chat voted against Daikin. The only thing that I do have beef with Daikin is that the business only does new equipment sales and not the servicing side. So if you look at like GE Electric, that is like one of the keys that has like pretty compelling service revenue. So like you sell new equipment at cost just to bake in the long-term service contracts. I don't think Daikin isn't doing that yet. We checked out their financial statements. Lithium Americas. Okay, what was Lithium Americas LAC stock? Let's see what they got. Let's see, they were at 487. I mean, it's an amazing bet on the region. It's an amazing bet on the region. I'm extremely bullish on Southeast Asia. I'm extremely bullish on Southeast Asia. The vote. What do you call that? Stalemate? Or just like 50-50? All right. We are 0 for 2. We are 0 for 2, chat. Moving on to the next one. The next business is General Electric, GE. And this is not the GE Healthcare or the GE Electric assets. This is GE Aerospace, which focuses on their engine sales and servicing revenue. As you can see, their stock has gone up 50% over the last year. GE, as I mentioned, they are focused on selling their new modern pieces of engine equipment for aerospace, airplanes, commercial flights. A fun fact about GE, when we diligenced GE on stream last week, we learned that GE has 3 out of the 4 commercial flights in America are using a GE engine. That's actually insane. 3 out of 4 flights. All right. They have a strong, massive $190 billion backlog, and there's a razor and blade model to where when they sell their equipment, they typically sell it at cost just to get into the customer's fleet, and then they embed long-term annual high-margin recurring revenue contracts for the servicing, and that includes maintenance, repairs, upgrades, etc. once that addition and generation of engines are in the market. All right. And then someone else put in the thesis from the chat that the company offers strong visibility into future growth through its double-digit revenue targets and a commitment to return nearly $24 billion in capital to shareholders by 2026. GE. What it do? We're gonna put this into the chat, all right? And be quicker with this. We can be spending too much time on. You guys gotta vote, all right? GE Aerospace. Are you all buying? GE, General Electric. Are you buying or passing on GE? Let it rip, chat. We have 1 minute, 1.5 minutes on the clock. What are we doing? It's officially poll voting time. And if y'all haven't already, smash the freaking like button on the stream. Go ahead and do that. GE, General Electric, are we buying or passing on this opportunity? All right. What are we doing with chat capital dollars when it comes to this thesis for General Electric? All right. What are we doing? I'm going to set the timer for 60 seconds starting now. And when it's over, it's over. And we just got to do what we got to do. All right. And we're going to talk about positioning and sizing and like overall portfolio allocation across these names. But first things first, we can just get a little bit exposure into it. First things first, we can get a little exposure to it. Oh, snap. Wait. How much did Boogie give us? 50? Let me update this real quick. Let me update this real quick for my guy, Boogie. Dun, dun, dun. Hold on, let me see this. Go ahead and vote, y'all, while I'm setting on my OBS. Properties. Boom. There we are. It's updated. It's updated. There we go. Is that my guy, Garrett? What's up, legend? Happy Sundays, Garrett. How the heck you doing, man? How the heck you doing, Garrett? We're out here voting on stocks, chat. Voting on stocks. We're at $1,100. This is kind of cool. Are you all net buyers or sellers for GE? Oh, the poll is over. Wow. The poll is over, and there was a unanimous decision to say buy for GE. This is the first buy. All right. Okay. So when it comes to chat capital, we got to figure out how much of what, but GE is officially going to be one of the second names that we add to the portfolio. And we will figure, I'm not going to put the whole thing in there. We're just going to get a little exposure to it. But I got to figure out, I'm the PM, all right? So I get to choose portfolio sizing, okay? some of this stuff y'all want us to buy, we can't be putting 100% of our portfolio into there. We're going to lose all of our money. All right. But GE was a success. We're keeping it moving. All right. We are keeping it moving. And this sounds like someone did a lot of homework on this one here. Whoever pitched Modine, you did a lot of homework on this. All right. The next one up, we are looking at MOD, Modine Manufacturing Corporation. Let's figure out what the heck they do at the high level. Modine Manufacturing, they are focused on thermal management. Oh, is this the thermal business for data centers or like the AI space? Anyway, let's see what the thesis is that chat wrote. All right. The thesis that chat wrote is that Modine Manufacturing just sold an unprofitable business now, and it can focus its strengths chiefly in thermal management systems, which is vital for electric vehicles, data centers, and industrial efficiency. All right. And this one's pitched by A-Dub. All right, A-Dub, you're on the slot. You're on the docket, champ. So they have strong engineering expertise. They have good customer relationships. And even though there are tight regulations from the government when it comes to emissions and energy efficiencies, this one seems to be pretty well equipped to navigate the regulatory environment, and it actually seems to be focused on more energy efficient type of solutions. Okay. Now, its deep engineering expertise in thermal systems is essential for customers to comply, creating a high barrier to entry, making Modine a valued must-have partner rather than a discretionary supplier. I like how you phrased that. Now, the markets are EVs, data centers, which has a lot of AI servers, and then the energy transition. Okay, so if we think that the world is going to need more thermal cooling, I don't even know if cooling is the right way to describe it, but if thermal is a play within the broader AI ecosystem, data center ecosystem, EV ecosystem, and energy transition, thermal seems to be one of those type of players that can provide that. But let's do a very, very, very quick sniff test of looking at their investor relations and just seeing the financials, all right? We need to first see the financials, okay? I want to understand a little bit around what this business is doing, okay? Second quarter 2026 numbers. It came out October 2029, October 2025. Let's see what they got. Climate, performance, boom, okay. This is where we can see the revenue breakdown. So the revenue breakdown, most of their sales is coming from the data center revenue, all right? Strong sales growth, margin profile compressed year over year because they're investing in their data center capabilities. And then HVAC was lower due to preseason heating sales. Okay. Performance, sales is down. Financial review, overall, sales are up. Gross margin profile, 22%. Adjusted EBITDA of around 14%. Okay. Look at all these add backs that they're adding probably in there. You got to dive into that. Okay. So, EBITDA margin profile, business of around 14%. They're burning around $30 million of free cash flow year to date. But that's just year to date. So, it's literally only been 2 months or a handful of 2 quarters. All right, there you all have it. Modine, engineering a cleaner, healthier world. Let's see what the play is for Modine. Start a poll. Buy or pass? Here's the thesis that they wrote for Modine Manufacturing. Let's see what we are doing. So chat, it is completely up to you on Modine Manufacturing. Take the time to think through the thesis. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes on this one. And while you're sitting there voting, Kenny Finance is going to vibe out real quick. Modine Manufacturing. And we're also going to have some portfolio reviews, just in case if there's moments where it's like we need to sell some business, just in case if we buy some crazy Southeast Asian insurance brokerage business that goes bankrupt. We got to make sure that we sell off the bad stuff and keep the good stuff. Shout out to Nite Seco, Azucares. If you guys didn't vote, make sure you guys vote in the YouTube poll. What are we doing for this particular name? Modine Manufacturing. Whoever wrote this, you wrote a good thesis. I don't want to spoil it with just like, you know, making it a buy or a sell. But overall, like you did a good job with the write-up. It's very value oriented. You looked at some of the right questions, and you provided good context. So W, shout out to you for that. A-Dub. Stock is literally ripped. Jesus Christ. $10 billion market cap business. On the smaller end a little bit. This is a little light skin. We need our Get Money music. Where's our Get Money? Our copyright free Get Money music. All right, jeez Louise. Need our copyright free Get Money music. All right, chat. You gotta hurry up and vote. You gotta hurry up and vote. You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock, chat. If you haven't voted on Modine Manufacturing, they do therming for EVs, data centers, and industrial efficiency. 15% margin business. Most of the revenue comes from their data center segment. Makes sense. Everyone's selling data centers these days. What y'all thinking? A-Dub says learning. Thank you. No, it's a good pitch. It's a good pitch. You did good, man. Keep it up. Keep pitching. Keep pitching. Keep pitching. All right, last 10 seconds to vote for Modine Manufacturing. If you haven't voted, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one seems to be a buy, and turns out it was 100% unanimous yes, so W to pitch that one, and I think it was A-Dub, and we are, ladies and gents, adding Modine Manufacturing to the chat capital portfolio. So yippee for that one. We got ourselves exposure to a compelling thesis, and one of the coolest things is that if you understand the world of AI, you understand that there's more ways to invest besides just NVIDIA. There's other people that operate within the supply chain that have impressive high margin businesses, some lower margin, but more essential, stickier services with diversified customer segments in case AI doesn't work out. And Modine is one of those. All right. There's going to be a need to have a conversation around cooling within the data centers. And one of the coolest ways you can do that is through a long-standing thermal player like this that seems to have pretty sufficient large enough scale. So W's in the chat for A-Dub for pitching Modine Manufacturing. Great job on this one. We are now going to be at market open tomorrow morning, owners of this asset. We're going to be shareholders, chat. We are going to be shareholders. But the pitches do not stop here. All right? The next one. We are looking at Indra Sistemas ADR. Whoa, what's up with these ADRs? All right, y'all out here trying to get us behind a bunch of ADRs. Okay, so what does Indra Sistemas even do? Indra Sistemas is a Spanish IT, transport technology, and defense company based in Madrid. What's the latest on the Madrid economy? Is okay? It's good or what? Spanish-based, primarily engaged in the provision of IT solutions and consultancy services. So it is a large publicly traded IT services company based in Madrid. Okay. Spanish government, its partner. It's partnered with the Spanish government and they've designated Indra to be the national coordinator for the European defense programs. Interesting. Okay. There's backlog momentum, margin expansion, and has recently scored projects with FAA and Canada's NAV. Spanish government is their partner. So, this business is going to be responsible for air traffic management systems for 25% of the world's flights and enjoys decades of recurring maintenance and upgrade revenue, which is cost prohibitive to switch. De-escalation in regional politics would send stock spiraling. Okay. Meat of the move is yet to come, and the thing literally already ripped 300% in the last year. And someone in the chat says 25 to 37% more upside. I don't know where you get those numbers from, but that sounds like a bagger to me. All right. Okay. All right. Now, this one, are we allowed to buy it on Robin? Like we have to buy it through ADRs. I think we're allowed to, but it has to be through ADRs. But Spanish IT systems selling to European government, having 25% of the world's flights, recurring annual traffic management, maintenance contracts, IT services. Are we doing it in the public markets with Spain? Indra Systems or Indra Sistemas ADR. Are we buying it or are we passing it? Chat, lock in and vote on a poll. Are we going to Madrid and are we buying ourselves a little exposure into an IT services play in Madrid? All right. Go ahead and vote, chat. Go ahead and do a vote, chat. While you guys vote, since this is going to be in Spain, potentially, I think it gives us a little bit of leeway to play some of our Spanish vibes, huh? I think so. By the time the song's over, you guys got to figure out if we're buying this. What we doing, chat? Can A-Dub go 2 for 2? Can A-Dub go 2 for 2? A-Dub, you going 2 for 2 or what, champ? I'm not allowed to vote. I'm not allowed to vote. I'm just a PM. If it's a bad name, I just won't add it. A-Dub, do you even know how to speak Spanish? How you pitching a Spanish name? You know how to speak Spanish? Huh? How you gonna pitch a Spanish name? Do you even speak Spanish? We need you to be on the board. This thing's up 300% last year. That's crazy work. Dang. It's a great find. What's the next one? Oh. What we doing, chat? Sipping on hustle juice. Sipping on hustle juice with Chad Capital. What the heck we doing? This is a lot of fun. We really out here pitching these stocks. A-Dub out here pitching Spanish stocks. IT services businesses selling to the Spanish government got 25% of the world's flight with traffic management systems and recurring revenue contracts with maintenance and upgrades. That's kind of a banger. But I bet he don't even... You speak Spanish or what, Twit? Oh, you do? Oh, you do? Oh, shoot. He do speak Spanish. He do speak Spanish, though. All right, bet. Yo tengo familia en muchas plazas. A lot of family in many places. I love that. I love that. Cool, Webby, what you think about it, man? We need someone to speak Spanish to go to the board meetings. We buying this or what, chat? All right, chat. Last 10 seconds on Indra Sistemas ADR. Are we buying exposure to European IT services with exposure and a little bit of government, thesis play. What I'm going to be checking while you all do the last 10 seconds of the vote is if we are actually allowed to buy this on Robinhood, which I'm checking now. We are not sponsored, by the way. It is just the easiest thing for me to use for Chat Capital's portfolio. ISMAY. Wait, hold on. Indra Sistemas? Oh, chat, we might be chalked. Oh, no. Oh, gee whiz. Wait a minute. It doesn't pop up. Oh, geez. Are we not allowed to buy this? Indra Sistemas. Huh? Uh-oh. Indra Sistemas. Brianna, we got to have a international broker. Can you buy Indra Sistemas? We did all that. We literally vibed the Ni Te Sigo, and we can't even buy it. What the heck? What? No. Yeah. It seems as if it's primarily traded on the oh, cool, Webby, you got lucky there. All right. So it does seem like we might be chalked and we actually can't buy it on our current brokerage. So in that case, it is a intense monitor and evaluate purchasing decisions and options. But it seems as if we actually legally can't buy Indra Sistemas ADR since it is on the Madrid Stock Exchange. And I guess they don't allow this type of ADR purchase on our current brokerage, which is Robinhood, unfortunately. So while the vote, let's see what happened. Let me see what happened. Oh, wow. The vote was at 83% yes and a 17% pass. Chat says Interactive Brokers is better for that. Interactive Brokers, if you're watching this, hit us up. Chat Capital's trying to make some global money moves. If Interactive Brokers hits us up, or they come to us, or we go to them, and we can lock in some type of partnership, we might be able to purchase Indra Systems. So we're going to keep Indra Systems on the buy when we can list. All right? Buy when we can list. All right, dang, that was a good one. This is a good thesis. This is a really good thesis. I like this write up. Good job, A-Dub. Good job, A-Dub. But let's just have a conversation about the last investment. You would need a deposit certificate from a bank to invest. Okay, that's doing a lot. All right, guys, if you're gonna pitch a stock, A-Dub, you're finding all these bangers. Find U.S. listed ones, all right? Thank you. All right, because I think both you and Jackson, came through with like some banger businesses. I think, Jackson, did you pitch the Japanese HVAC one? That one was really freaking good. I just wish they had more service revenue. And then A-Dub pitching the amazing IT services business, serving the Spanish government. 25% of the air traffic, that's pretty good. You like CSU? Is that Charles Schwab? Oh, wait, CSU is a stock. Okay, wait, I like CSU, but I'm not allowed to buy it on my broker. What is CSU? CSU stock. CSU. Ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, Constellation Software. Oh, dude, this is a banger. But I was looking at it earlier. The stock is puking. Yo. Chalked. Bad time for Constellation Software. If you guys haven't read up on Constellation Software, the founder of that, he's like goated in the holdco world. He is absolutely goated in the holding company world. He raised capital like once, went public, and then just absolutely ripped by buying a bunch of smaller tech companies. All right. All right. Let us go back to the drawing board and have a conversation around. Let's have a conversation around Clorox. I don't think this name needs any introduction at all. If you are in America and you have a bathroom or access to a bathroom, you have likely come across a Clorox product. This might be one of those names that every now and then checks the boxes that fits a Buffett style, Alan Meckham style thesis of a simple to understand business, has strong operating performance, quality management team, and a very defensible, long-term, sustainable market that's likely going to persist for the next 100 years. But interestingly enough, has a very strong debate and conversation around what's happening with the public price. And that could be a reflection of a deterioration of the business quality or a mispricing of the asset. One is really good and one is really bad. But the question is, do we have conviction in the underlying business model for Clorox? And is this one of those names that we want to get exposure to? Which I will say, it will likely be a short-term bumpy ride, but potentially a long-term banger name. Let's see how Clorox has performed over the long haul. Let's see. Oh, wow. It has fallen significantly from their all-time highs back in 2020. Fell 50% from that. 5-year annual decline. Is this something that the market is missing in this kind of clean, simple, cockroach-oriented name to where this one is just like not going to go away? Who knows? It's in the eye of the beholder, all right? It's in the eye of the beholder. But the business does around 6% margins. Net income quarterly has been falling a little bit. So the question is, how do we view the attractiveness of this? And I think one thing is, cool, Webby, you bring up a good point. It's going to be difficult potentially. Probably difficult potentially to innovate. You kind of have to buy your way into other product portfolios or innovate. But there also is a rising number of private brands, right? So when it comes to Clorox, are we buyers or sellers of Clorox? This one is a debatable one, y'all. But buy or pass. I will let you all sit and think about the thesis, but vote on YouTube if you are buyers or passing on the opportunity to invest in Clorox. Do they have as strong of brand equity as one would think? They do have 61% market share in bleach. It is a recognizable brand, potentially strong pricing power, but does have some competition from private labeled options. There's this operational recovery. What is this mess? It says that the recent financial weakness is tied to a temporary ERP system rollout rather than fundamental business decline. Okay. Management expects operational normalization by mid-2026. We'll see on that. With the new system eventually driving cost savings, margin recovery, and earnings growth. And then the valuation, the company is trading at a decade low PE, around 17 times. Investors benefit from 4.5% dividend yields. And what are we saying here, right? This one might be a little debatable. This one might be a little controversial. It seems so simple, but yet the name can be quite complex around where are we in the narrative for Clorox. So, chat, I'm going to let you all sit and dwell on this one, but If you're on YouTube, vote on the YouTube poll of if we are buying or passing for Clorox wipes. They do more than just wipes, by the way. They do more than just wipes. But are we buying or passing on Clorox? Okay? And as we're thinking about that, I'm going to play the vibes while y'all sit there and think about if we're buying or passing on Clorox. And YouTube, if you're listening, this is copyright-free music. Don't be yelling at me. I need $1 billion. Can we make $1 billion with Clorox wipes? What we doing here? Can we make $1 billion with Clorox wipes? Chat Capital, go ahead and vote, y'all. Go ahead and vote. What are we doing? If you haven't voted, make sure you all put in the vote. And of course, the business absolutely crushed it during COVID. Everybody needed it. Right? But was the business overflated? Like instead of going from here to here during COVID, if COVID never existed, is it kind of where it should have been at? So this is a tricky topic. What we doing? Is it oversold? Why is it punishing it this much? Does it need to be a crisis, a pandemic, in order for it to get back to COVID levels? Can the business get back to long-term sustained growth? But also, at the end of the day, we just want to beat the market. And the business seems to have, over the long term, it just keeps marching on. But in the last 5-6 years, the narrative has been punishing this one severely. So I'll let y'all vote, chat. What y'all think? What we talking about? Are we buyers or are we passing on Clorox? And I think everyone's been able to vote so far. If you haven't been able to vote, just put it in the chat that you haven't been able to vote. And then if you haven't been able to vote, just put in the comments what you think yours is, and I'll just manually add that to the math. Garrett says Clorox looks ripe for a merger. Low key. All right, chat. That is the end of the song. So that means that the votes are in. If you have not voted, press that vote button if you're buying or passing on Clorox CLX. We're shutting down the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. What is the thesis? Boom. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I thought it was going to be a little bit more closer than that, but it seems as if we are a net buyers of Clorox. I mean, we could also just go to Target and buy a bunch of Clorox wipes, but we can do it by owning the stock. Let's rock. All right. Okay. All right. That is the play. All right. I have my marching orders. We have General Electric. Here, I'm going to show you guys right now. What was the Indra System stock called? Ismay. Remember, this one is kind of red because we can't actually buy it. But Chat Capital, here we go. Chat Capital, here we go. This is what we were able to accomplish today with the stock pitches. We have successfully decided to gain exposure into General Electric, Modine Manufacturing, Indra Sistemas, and Clorox. And I put Indra Sistemas as red, primarily because we got to find a way to buy an asset, all right? So we have to switch brokerages. But looking back at what we were able to pitch today, and this is a healthy reminder that there is no wrong business, no wrong stock. And you can literally use AI to help you populate the actual pitch form. But if you do want to pitch a name to go in the portfolio, you have to go through the formal process of submitting the form. That way, it allows for us to record all of the pitch ideas and then officially get enough data to confidently vote on the business. All right. So for the Chat Capital pitches, we started off with Daikin. All right. Daikin Industries is one of the largest providers of HVAC systems in Southeast Asia. I don't know if you all know, but this business has 70% market share in Southeast Asia, and it has only 15% penetration region-wide of those AC systems. All right? They do a lot of stuff in-house. It's a vertically integrated business. It seems and feels like a banger that is ripe to take off, but unfortunately, Chat decided to pass on this name. All right? So if someone wants to go back and revisit this one, you got to pitch it again with an updated point of view and a thesis, but we decided to pass on Daikin Industries. Now, we took our talents from HVAC systems in Southeast Asia to American lithium mines here in the US. And as everyone knows, all of these devices that you are watching these things on and smashing that like button and subscribe button on, it requires lithium. And we did some quick searching and realized that the top markets of lithium deposits is not actually in America, mostly South America, Bolivia, with a large chunk of South American lithium deposits. But when it came to the lithium vote, we actually voted 50% on this. So it's neither a buy or a pass. So this one, whoever pitched it, if you have that much conviction on it, you got to revisit it because we need a majority vote to convince everyone to actually go through and buy the business. So this one was a skip. Next, we explored the world of aviation and aerospace engines. We looked at one of the most oldest legacy assets in the game that seems to continue to build and crush day after day. And that's General Electric, all right? We were looking at General Electric, their aerospace business, and the key highlights from the General Electric aerospace business is that their engines are in 3 out of the 4 commercial flights in America. 75% of flights are using their engines. They also have a $190 billion backlog. But here's the thing. When you have that many engines, your play for a go-to-market, aka generating sales, can be sell your equipment nearly at cost, low margin. But on top of that, since it is a very highly expensive piece of machinery and equipment into airplanes, which you can't fumble or mess up on, you absolutely need to have servicing, maintenance, repairs, and upgrades. So for this kind of business here, GE has completely cracked the code. They have completely cracked the code of selling their engines, building dominance in a market share and penetration, and layering on their extremely high margin recurring service contracts and maintenance contracts with the customers that have their engines. So the play for GE is as you're building a new engine, you sell it to your customers, and then you start to kick in the actual schedule and the waterfall of a bunch of servicing and maintenance. And we voted on GE, and GE was, chat, remind me, what was the GE? GE was a buy, a 100% unanimous decision of a buy. W's in the chat for GE. Welcome to the Chat Capital portfolio. Next, we had a conversation around what is happening with Modine Manufacturing. Now, this is a small business. Modine Manufacturing, not many folks know about this, but they're US based and they're one of the largest producers of thermal management systems in America. Say that with me. Thermal management systems. Now, I know not a lot of folks know that much about this, but this is actually just cooling. Very highly designed in engineering, cooling solutions and equipment that is incredible value add to three core customer segments. The first one, EVs, electric vehicles. Those things get hot. I own a Tesla. It can get hot in the mix. You need cooling technology for electric vehicles that have extremely expensive batteries and tech stacks. The next is industrial efficiency and energy efficiency. Anything that is focused on clean energy, HVAC tools, you need to have some type of way to have some sound cooling technology there. And then thirdly, which is the most exciting segment, but it is also their most profitable, I don't know if it's the most profitable, but their highest growing segment, and where they seem to be, according to their financial reports, allocating much of their focus is actually on the data center thesis. So data centers, AI servers, all this demand is going to require liquid cooling technologies for data centers. And Modine Manufacturing seems to be in a ripe positioning to provide solutions for the data center cooling, the electric vehicle cooling, and the energy transition cooling segment of the value chain. And this was actually pitched by A-Dub, and he was able to unlock a 100% buy rate on this investment opportunity. So Debbie's in the chat for A-Dub. Congrats, Mike. And that is the next business. And Modine Manufacturing, welcome to the Chat Capital portfolio. All right? But we keep it moving. And this is where things get mighty interesting, mates. This is where things get mighty interesting. Why buy a business in the US that might be overly competitive, a lot of competition, and overly priced from a valuation perspective, when in reality, you can explore investments all across the world? If we were to go all the way back to our first investment that we looked at, which was Daikin Industries, this one's based in Japan, or they're listed on the Japanese stock exchange, but they have exposure to the Southeast Asian market. You could buy that through ADRs. We found one that's in Spain, based in Madrid. Indra Sistemas. Hablo un poco español, pero yo necesito mucho ayuda con mis negocios. Anyway, chat, lock in, right? So when it comes to Indra Sistemas, what do? They are one of the largest providers of IT services and consulting to the European municipal as well as private market. What does that mean? Anything that is related to IT services, technology, systems, software, anything that is managing large industries and their technology, this seems to be one of the largest providers that is providing these type of IT services to European customers. And one of their largest European customers is the Spanish government. One of the largest customers is the Spanish government. And here was the headline thesis. There was a large backlog. They're expanding their margins, and they signed contracts, Spanish government, FAA, and Canada's NAV. All right? And here's a really cool case study. They were responsible for air traffic management systems, right? Managing the IT air traffic management solutions and systems for 25% of the world's flights. That is a compelling point of view on broadly potential market dominance for European air traffic management software tools. And this one we put to vote, and we came out with a buy at 83%. The issue with this name is that we can't actually buy it. Doesn't that freaking suck? Since we are using a U.S. broker, a U.S. investment app to buy all of our stocks with Chat Capital, we were unable to actually buy Indra Sistemas. So in order for us to gain exposure into this business, we need to use a different brokerage to gain exposure. So this one, I'm not saying it's a pass. The only thing I'm saying is that we will need to strategically find a way to do like a side pocket allocation to Indra Sistemas ADR. So it is still a buy, but it's a buy not right now because of the roadblock of getting exposure. But W's to who pitched this one, and W's to those that voted to buy. And for those that did say pass, feel free to put down in the comments why you think it is a pass overall. But nonetheless, it could have been a banger idea. So that was a great thesis. I really like that name. So good job on that one. And then our next pitch was something that isn't sexy HVAC tools. It wasn't airplane engines. It wasn't IT services in Madrid. And it wasn't lithium deposits in America. It was Clorox wipes. A boring, simple, niche, that seems to be almost everywhere. A instantaneous, recognizable brand. And I'll give you guys a headline market share stat. When it comes to bleach, Clorox has 61% market share. It's been around for virtually forever. But the stock has fallen almost 40 to 50% over the last 5 years just because of a lack of innovation, concerns around defensible moat against private brands, as well as the opportunity cost of the dollars invested in this asset versus technology over the last 5 years, right? This is what I like to call one of the sleepy, boring businesses, the cockroaches, the kind of assets where it's just like it's really tough to get rid of these. We're always going to need bleach and Clorox. So we took it to a vote. And the vote on this one, chat, was surprisingly a buy. Even though the stock fell 30% in the last year, around 50% in the last 5 years, chat still had conviction on the long-term optionality of this type of business and this kind of name. They must like the dividend yield. They must like the fact that given that it compressed over the last 5 years, it introduces a attractive entry point into a defensible, long-term oriented name. But we decided to add Clorox to our portfolio. So CLX Clorox Company, welcome to Chat Capital. So W's in the chat for everyone that pitched, everyone that voted. These are the new additions to the portfolio. These are the new names that are now officially in Chat Capital. Right now, all of our dollars are sitting in, here, let me make this so you guys can see it. All of our dollars right now are sitting in an index fund, which is okay. That's okay. It's better than cash. It's better than nothing. But all of our dollars right now is sitting into an index fund. But tomorrow at market opening, we are buying shares of General Electric, Modine Manufacturing, and Clorox. I'm bummed. You're probably bummed. You're probably wondering, why the heck can't we buy Indra Sistemas? It's difficult. So if you are using any app, go on there and see if you can buy it on there. But if you can, let us know. But if you can't, we're in the same boat. But it's a banger name. It is a banger name. That, honestly, probably is my favorite thesis so far of the day. That's probably my favorite thesis of the day. That and Clorox. All right? So that's how we're rocking and rolling. W Chat Capital, W Shred Lords. We voted and took names to market. You all wrote strong investment thesis, and we're just getting started. So everyone is welcome to subscribe and join Chat Capital. Everyone is welcome to pitch a name. You just got to send in the form. And then everyone is allowed to have their voice be heard of a good, smart money move and a quality investment opportunity. The only thing, the votes can get intense, y'all. Chat does not mess around. We passed on a lot of stuff. We don't play it. We don't mess around. So you got to come correct with your thesis, make it understandable, keep it simple. and bring it to market and Chat Capital Committee, we're going to see what's happening. We're going to see what's going down with these kind of opportunities. All right. So welcome to the portfolio: General Electric, Modine Manufacturing, Clorox, and maybe soon Indra Sistemas. But we keep rocking and we keep rolling, chat. So W that. I'm going to send a screenshot either to Instagram or the community post showcasing our new additions to the portfolio. And we're going to get some write-ups and keep making these smart money moves. So that was a W first pitch competition, but we got dollars at work, y'all. So let's hopefully pray for our stocks, y'all, because we want to see this stuff go to the literal moon. All right. Literal moon. So W Chat Capital, W Shred Lords, W Shred Lords. Hey, Boogie's in the mix. Hey, what's up, Boogie? How you doing, legend? GE is a buy. That's right, Cool Webby. That's right. Hunter, what's up, young Shred Lord? How you doing, legend? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for showing up. You joined yesterday. We were playing the game. We did that after work, but you got to see us doing real work. All right. Making smart money moves, Hunter. That's the name of the game for the stream. That's what we do. We make smart money moves and we invest and we learn about businesses and we make smart, sound financial judgment. All right. So, Hunter, as you grow up and you think about investing and building a retirement and making money and investing money, this is the type of work that it takes to make a sound decision. Do not ever fall subject to staring at charts and buying a name without understanding the business, the financial performance, the management team, the competitive moats, the TAM, the defensibility of the name, right? Always do your homework and your diligence before you buy anything in the stock market. But the best advice is just buy an index fund for the rest of your life. All right? But welcome back, Hunter. And W Shred Lords from Garrett. That's right. That was kind of cool, guys. I definitely have some ideas to make it more efficient, right? I think we need to have like a more standardized investment thesis thing here. So this is a good little fun first pitch just to get you guys rocking and rolling. But we're rocking, we're rolling, we're learning, chat. We're freaking learning, chat. I'm excited to see how we actually do with this. I wonder if we'll actually make some good cash and make some good bread from these. You know what I'm saying? How the heck y'all doing? Y'all doing good, man? How's y'all night been? Chat, catch me up. Catch me up. How's the night been? How was the, hopefully everybody had a fantastic weekend. I think one of the big highlights has been Edwin's W day today for his management meeting. I'm still cheesing ear to ear just based on how successful it was. This guy, Edwin, literally showed up to a whole management meeting and like dominated, built a good rapport and a good relationship with the owner. And now potentially could have his first, I don't know if it's his first deal, but like a good deal, locked and loaded, ready to roll. So W Edwin in the mix for that. That is impressive, exciting, and I'm geeked for you. Continue to do your diligence and remain focused. What else we got going on? We pitched all these names for Chat Capital. W to you guys. Seriously though, I know like it seems like, oh, like how do I find these names, do this and this? It takes work. It's not easy. It's not easy to find these kind of names to pitch into the portfolio. It's hard. It requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of diligence. But nothing in life comes easy, especially a good investment opportunity. If it's that easy, everybody already bought it probably, and it's overpriced. You know? So I challenge us, because we're going to keep having pitches every week. Every week, we're going to keep having pitches. I challenge us to strive to think creatively around investment opportunities, not fall subject to buying into the hype, not buying memory stocks just because everybody else is buying memory stocks. Let's keep diving further and further into supply chains. Let's keep understanding choke points of an industry. Let's think about the cockroach-like businesses that are very hard to kill and that will always be around, right? Gillette razor blades, you're always going to need that. Clorox wipes, those probably always going to be around, right? Little things like that. Like, let's continue to think fundamentally around good value-oriented businesses for the long haul. Let's think globally, all right? I know there's a lot of really good US-based names, but as you can see from some of the folks that pitched, like ADub and Jackson, they both pitched today international names, which were good buys. I don't want to spoil it, but Indra Systems, that was a really, really, really good buy. That was a really good buy. So congrats, A-Dub. Jackson pitched the Japanese HVAC one, or the Southeast Asian HVAC one. That was a really, I would have voted buy on that one. I wasn't a heck yes on it, primarily because they only do new equipment sales and not the service revenue. But it's fairly simple to layer on service revenue for something like that. Like they could just be trying to build the portfolio of penetration of the market and then instantly hire a bunch of folks to start doing service revenue. And the good thing about service revenue is there's annual contracts there. They're paying annually. You're not tied too much into working capital, so it could be pretty smooth. Cool Webby says nail clippers will always be around anyway. Hey, that's facts. That's facts. Help me find a nail clipper business. Someone help me find a nail clipper business. If I can find that, that's a W. That's a W. Oh my goodness, AW, you have 40 more 80-yard plays? How are you finding these? Like, is Ray Dalio tweeting about these? Where the heck are y'all finding these, all right? Spill the deeds. Spill the deeds, Shred Lords. Spill the freaking deeds. That's how we rocking and rolling. That's how we rocking and rolling. But W Check Capital, that was good. We learned a lot today. I learned a lot today. These are all names that were, in the queue. And as always, anyone can pitch. Literally anyone can pitch. Ethos pitched earlier a healthcare name. The only issue is that one wasn't doing revenue, I don't think. But if you do have a name that you want to pitch, it has to go into our Chat Capital pitch form, where we simply articulate some value-oriented questions about the business. And it just helps you think beyond the chart. It helps you think beyond the website. It helps you start to think about the very simple questions that a Warren Buffett would think about before he buys into an investment. Granted, guys, it takes a lot of work to find a good opportunity. Once you find a good name, obsess over learning everything you can know about that name, the industry, and the opportunity before you put the trigger on investing and acquiring that asset. But I'm very proud of how far we've done. This for the first pitch, for the first round, we crushed it. And like throughout the days for the stream and the weeks, I'm gonna keep giving us more feedback around certain questions to ask and things like that. But literally, this is y'all portfolio. This is y'all portfolio. So it's like, if someone said buy on something, we would still buy it. If y'all wanted to buy that Japanese one, we would have bought it. But you all voted. All right. I'd like to do Intel for the next stream. What's their next move? All right. Cool Webby, do you have the form? You got the form here? I'll put it back in here for chat. I'll put it back in here. And if the questions are difficult, simply just ask Gemini or ChatGPT to act as if they're value-oriented investors and write out thesis based on these questions, right? Like it shouldn't be rocket science, guys, right? So don't be scared to put it into the form. And there's nothing like sketch at all about it's literally a Google form. I'm not even asking for information. So I don't even ask who pitches it. So it's all anonymous too. So don't think you're going to be I only knew that A-Dub pitched some of these because he said that's me. And Jackson said that's me, right? So I don't even ask for who pitches it. So it's all anonymous. But if you do want to say that this is me, I pitched it, go ahead. But these are for high conviction names. They go into portfolio. Cool Webby, come tomorrow, pitch it tomorrow. If you want to pitch it tomorrow, that could be pretty exciting. Intel could be a pretty cool play. Because as you guys know, they took a big hit post earnings, right? This is the earnings dip. They took a big hit here, and then recently had another pullback. But it's a good breather in the AI ecosystem. So it's one of those things we just got to monitor and see how things are rocking and rolling there, So we could rock and we could roll, and it could be a good play. Oh, they're burning money. I think this should be a little bit profitable. But just come correct, all right? Come correct, man. Hey, don't be scared, y'all. Hey, y'all, don't be scared. And if you have an idea, you don't want to pitch it yet, you just want to explore it and figure out how I would ask questions on it, we can do that too. All right? Don't be scared in the club, y'all. Don't be scared in the club. Be out here making smart money moves, finding investments, getting things done. You know what I'm saying? Getting things done. What else I got going on? I got tomorrow. This week is a big week. It's like a final push week on this deal. So keep me in y'all thoughts and prayers on that. I'm back in my health grind, so I gotta go to the gym later tonight. Not right now, but like later tonight, I'm in the gym and get into a deep health grind for this week. I want to get this week. I want to get my health recovered in terms of like my sleep. My sleep schedule been chalk, chat. My sleep schedule been chalk because we've been getting up super early and staying up way too late. So get my sleep back on track. I got this new book I gotta read called Psychology of Money. We gotta get this deal closed. Oh, you're gonna pitch Tiva Farm next? Okay. If you have the form, think through it. All right, think through it, and we're gonna have it. How should we have the pitches? Do you guys think we should have daily pitches or we should have like a weekly pitch day? I think we should have like a weekly pitch day. I don't think we should do like every day a pitch. I think we should do like a weekly pitch day to where you all come with like the headline themes and theses and you think about a name and you noodle on it until it comes to the point of us pitching. Or would you prefer the daily pitches or the weekly pitches? It's up to y'all. You know? But we need to think through the pitch cadence, and then we also need to think through this is more like on my end, but like portfolio allocation, right? So for the portfolio allocation, like some names we just can't have like 50% of the portfolio in because it's like too small, too volatile, and like so many other things that like as a portfolio manager, you got to just like really be mindful of. So I'll think through that. Leave that to me. That's my job. I like the weekly pitches as well. I like the weekly pitches. Yeah. All right. We're doing weekly. So I think the weekly pitches would be good. It might be Sundays. It might be probably sometime during the midweek. It'd be cool to like do these during like the day where we can actually like buy it together. That'll be cool. But should keep finding these. But guys, get creative. Get as creative as you can and literally scrubbing every available data and resource and vibe coded and AI tool in the entire world just to find attractive names. That's the moral. That's the goal, right? So when you're spending time in your normal day or week or school or job, try to find some really good attractive stocks that not everybody's looking at. All right, that's y'all job. Y'all job is to find the undervalued ones, bring it to the pitch, and everybody else, we're here to vote. We're here to vote, chat. That's how we're rocking and rolling, you know? What else is happening in the world? Any big news we should be learning about? Anything big? Like, I wonder what's, okay. Lots of, why software stocks are getting pummeled. Let's talk about Figma. What y'all know about Figma? You know, there's always going to be casualties in the world of AI, and I think I found one of the worst casualties. That's Figma. Figma, as you know, is a design layer for a lot of application software tools and websites, but with the release of vibe coding tools and other AI apps that are able to release quicker, better, and iterate at a cheaper cost, design layers to the world of innovation, Figma's taking a hit. The stock literally in 1 year is down 78%. But the question is there a path back from this? Can they bounce back from this? Or is Figma chalked completely? All right. I do know for certain that a lot of these vibe coding tools allow for me to design really incredible apps and tools and websites without requiring Figma. So the question is, who knows? Who knows? Are you a buyer of Figma at this low? Or do you think the right to exist as a business is gone away? What y'all think? What y'all think? Are you buyers, passers of Figma? What y'all think about that Figma, huh? Because look, Figma's like, I mean, they're trying to become a vibe coding tool, but prompt code and design for I think they were just too late to the game, you know? I think they're just a little too late to the game to like come up with something that's like defensible. Like it's like this is a clear example of like investors punishing a business because of the lack of clarity and the defensibility of that name. That's where it gets tricky, chat. That's where it gets tricky. You know? Like, what's stopping me from taking all of Figma's library, templates, and widgets, downloading it and feeding it into another AI tool and saying, learn this and apply it into the next prompt that I ask you to vibe code? That's chalked, right? That is chalked. That's scary. That is scary. So you got to think through these names. It's like always ask, like when you're thinking about a business, like always ask like some of the fundamental simple things. What does this business even do? Do they currently have a right to exist? Do they have a strong moat against other competing solutions or in-house offerings? And why the heck are customers buying from them? And is that same decision-making criteria and preference going to persist over the next 20 to 30 year horizon? You'd be so surprised how many businesses fail that simple question test. Like, it's a very simple question. Like, there's no need to overcomplicate a lot of these things. Do you understand the business model? Do you understand the product service? Do they have a good mesh with their customers? Does it make sense that this company even exists, right? Like asking yourself little things like that. I think that's like hyper important, chat. I think that's hyper important. All right, so Figma's getting wrecked. What else is there? Anybody got a Wall Street Journal subscription? We should probably split one. Have a little chat capital password. Okay, why do they keep talking about the Epstein files? I just don't care about it. Just like lock everybody up. Jesus Christ. Isn't that weird? I don't want to get political in here, but it's just like, why are we like wasting years talking about this topic? It's so annoying to like always see it on the headlines in the news. It's like very frustrating. It's like, bro, the guy did something evil. Lock them all up. You know what I'm saying? AppLovin. Oh, this is the name that Boogie pitched. K-Lac. He didn't pitch it. He just mentioned it. Luxury brands need a comeback in China. They shouldn't count on it. Hold on. LVMH. We haven't really pitched luxury. We haven't pitched anything consumer. Oh, Clorox is consumer. But dang, luxury names have been getting wrecked, y'all. All time still good, but it's just like it's a very weird market right now. You know? Birkin prices are probably appreciated more than the LVMH stock. Right? Y'all buying people Birkins or what? I hope y'all not out here buying Birkins or Rolexes and all that. Once you have a chat capital bonus day, I wonder what's like the most expensive thing that we should be on. Very volatile. Yeah, extremely volatile, bro. Extremely volatile. How a Silicon Valley startup became a crypto lifeline for Venezuela. Contigo is under fire for its role in helping Venezuela avoid sanctions. Crypto is literally just infested with scammers. It's so bad. It is so bad. I don't even want to talk about that one. That was straw. Nvidia and OpenAI hit pause on their $100 billion mega deal. Bankers are pissed. Bankers are pissed. What is this business? Deck? Deckers? Outdoor? It's an American footwear. Oh, okay. What's this business do? Oh, it's like Uggs. Down 30%. Like this business, no right to exist. It's a shoe company. It's not even a Nike. It's got all this competition. Oh, but they do have Uggs and Hoka. It just competes with too many other like big flagship brands. I think it's really hard to compete, y'all. I think it's really hard to compete with things like that. I think if I was a player like this, unless you can like handle like, but all the consumer footwear has kind of been chalked recently. Even look at Nike. Nike had a tough run too. I think the world is just naturally not obsessed over like shoe release cycles anymore. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? Oh wow. Okay, Grammys. Congrats, Bad Bunny. What a great guy. What a great guy. Who won the Grammys? Y'all watch the Grammys? Bad Bunny takes home Album of the Year. Kendrick Lamar and SZA win Record of the Year. Very nice. Congrats, Bad Bunny. Congrats, Benito, huh? The Bad Bunny album was really, really good. I will admit. I'm a big fan. Who else was nominated? Justin Bieber's Swag. I didn't listen to that. Sabrina Carpenter, my niece loves him. Clips and Pusha T were nominated for a Grammy? They still rap? What the heck? That's how you know I'm so out of the loop. That's how you know I'm so out of the loop. Oh, wait. Kendrick Lamar was also nominated for Album of the Year. He didn't win. Dang. Kendrick's album was good. Okay. So Sure almost forgets to present the Record of the Year before announcing the wrong name. That's chalked. All right. Kendrick Lamar and SZA take home Record of the Year. W Setup. They're a great power combo. They're a great power combo. Bad Bunny's DTMF song. I thought that should have won. Oh no, never mind. Billie Eilish's Wildflower. That's a banger track. Oh, okay. Wait, this is a stellar lineup. Okay, this is tough. This is really tough. I still would have gone with Billie Eilish though. I would have gone with Billie Eilish. What else they got? Fugees, Lauryn Hill, and Wyclef Jean. I love how these award shows bring back like folks from ancient days. EJ, I don't know who this is, but congrats. Post Malone. Oh, he did a little tribute. I love Post Malone. I love Post Malone. Post Malone holding it down for the boys. Congrats, Posty. Okay. Pharrell Williams wins Dr. Dre album or Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. Why do people wear glasses on the inside? Right? Like, I wonder why people wear glasses inside of a building and stuff. It's kind of like, I wonder what their objective is. Like, what are they hiding? Because it's not that dark. It's not that bright, right? Unless the lights are just like all over the place and it's like really hard. But this guy is so, his fashion sense is just like out of this literal world. And then this guy's, he's just so like amped up. He's such a good artist and a performer. His stuff just like energy overload. He's expecting to call out immigration policies. W. Billie Eilish, crushing it. Won Song of the Year for a song for 2024. That's funny. All right. Congrats, Grammy winners. Great job. Great job, Grammy winners. Good for you. Doesn't have to win a Grammy to win a year. Who is this? Who's Joni? Oh, Joni Mitchell. Gets a sweet shout out. Yeah. All right. Good job, mates. We need a Grammy. We need a Grammy, chat. For Investor of the Year. Vote for us for Investor of the Year, chat. Vote for us for Investor of the Year. We out here making money moves. I put this deck together a little like 5 minutes into our thing. Or like 5 minutes before our thing. I was like, instead of reading the Excel submissions, we should probably put together a quick little presentation. And I just copy and pasted y'all theses y'all wrote into this. But chat, Capital Pitches was an absolute freaking movie. Chat, W stream. We're getting our daily deposits in. We're learning. I am so proud of us for locking in our first names. So now we have names that we are emotionally tied to now. We own some assets as of tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And we're gonna have to, if you pitched it, I'm gonna count on you to be extremely knowledgeable around the constant movements in the name. All right? So I don't know who pitched GE, but whoever pitched GE, own it. All right? Whoever pitched Modine, I made you know what's happening with earnings and keep us up to date on the calendar and the prints. All right? You're the junior analyst that covers that name. All right? So chat, I gotta hit the gym, get my work in, and get ready for a baller week. We're about to go crazy this week, chat. If anybody has anything they're working on that's big, that they want our support, our thoughts and prayers, put in the chat, because we're always thinking about everybody here. And I'm just so proud we did this Chat Capital stock pitches. This is a lot of fun. And we're rocking and rolling. So chat, keep rolling, keep rocking, stay positive, stay happy, keep looking out for yourselves, keep looking out for your families, keep shopping out and supporting your friends. And chase peaks, chase dominance this week. There is no such thing as mediocrity in this community. And if someone tells you they can't do something, it's because they never gave it a shot themselves. So get after it, keep building, stay positive, stay healthy. Love all y'all. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And I will catch y'all literally tomorrow making some smart money moves. All right, chat, have a great, safe night. Peace.